Kate Daly Show.
Take it all away and give it to some other guy. The government.
The government.
The government can.
The government can.
And who can tax the sunrise?
Hi there.
Who can tax the trees?
Welcome back. A little Tim Hawkins just always does the trick, doesn't it? I mean, it was an election day in my state, and I'm going to do a podcast about that at katedallyradio.com. And woo, the steal is on. Oh, the stealing. Anyways, the government can. The government can do anything they want to, and they do. And so I'm bringing up this other side of Julian Assange just for food for thought. Keep this in mind. Was Julian Assange made out to be the hero, the martyr, the actor, the you name it? Well, I guess we're going to try to answer that question. And I mean, if you walk away from this going, no, I really do think that he did what he did, and the media is after him, and he is the victim here, that's okay too. Walk away. I just want both sides. I always want both sides. That way I can make up my own mind. Media brainwashes us enough. So here we go. Remember the thought experiment? That was the first leak. It was a 5-page essay he published, the thought experiment, and it was the most secretive or unjust an organization is, the more leaks induce fear and paranoia in the leadership. Okay. So we thought of Julian at this point as a warrior, right? This guy's WikiLeaks. He's going to do all these great things in getting us information, informing us about the beast. Okay. That's what we were all thinking, right? As we started to see these things. So that was 2006. And Julian was also on the cover of Time magazine several times. Now, Time magazine was an instrument of government. It was an instrument of the Council on Foreign Relations. And they used this as a propaganda tool. This propaganda tool, most people don't realize how many, Newsweek and Time and all of these even Life, all used as propaganda tools. So he's on the cover. Now that says a lot. That should say some things to people like, ooh, ouch, ugh, because if you're a real whistleblower, the thing that brought this up for me in doing the show was yesterday we talked about it, but I said, why isn't he dead? The whistleblowers that actually do something are really usually dead. So why not him? This perfect way to do it, sitting in a cell. Why is he not dead? So this is why I'm doing this today, just to kind of bring up this other side. He won awards for journalism from mainstream, the biggest being the AP, the Associated Press, that now tells us how to feel in every single story they give us and creates the story. If the story isn't there, the AP, I just have zero respect for the AP, not even a smidge, not even a little, because after dealing with this for almost 14 years now, you can imagine the amount of AP stories I've had to read, and they are so couched with adjectives and adverbs and everything to get you to believe their way on a story. It's a crime, actually. It's a crime. They actually took over our elections, the calling out of our elections. Back in the mid-1800s, by the way. It's never talked about. That's the truth, though. Appointing themselves as the arbiter of who can call a state. And if you remember right, in 2020, they were calling them at like 5%, the states. So there you go. Won over 25 awards for publishing journalism, including Amnesty International, Time, Walkie Awards, New Media, Person of the Year, People's Choice 2010, outstanding contributions, World Press Freedom Day, the whole 9 yards, you name it, consistently getting awards from mainstream. Now, that's another coincidence. That's a strange one, because you should wonder why that is. They usually only award those that are part of the narrative. The people that are usually telling the truth are never receiving awards. So when you see people tout their journalism awards, be very skeptical. Ask where those awards are from, okay? Lady Gaga was allowed to film him for a Showtime documentary. Lady Gaga. That's kind of an interesting one, isn't it? Yeah, she's weird, strange. Why was she allowed in? I mean, what if I wanted to visit him? Could I? Probably not. Pamela Anderson, allowed to visit with him. That's kind of strange. And he was supposedly on house arrest, but allowed to voice his character for an episode of The Simpsons. So that's another strange one that you should probably take in. And then, of course, the New York Post cover story, celebrities marching for Assange. They have covered that endlessly as far as the marches, the press. They've given this a lot of press. If the government wanted to bury him and his stories because he was actually outing the beast, when I say that, I mean outing the most important stuff, why would they keep trailing on all of his marches? Why would the celebrities be out there? Why would all that be happening? You need to ask yourself that. That's what I've been asking myself. I'll be right back. I got more. I'll be right back on The Kate Daly Show, KateDalyRadio.com.
Balance of nature's fruit